Good evening, everybody. Good evening. Welcome to the Mechanism Podcast. First and foremost, I want to thank Joanne for reaching out to me these last couple of days. This has been very challenging for me. So, a lot of you haven't really seen me on social media posting anything since Monday. One, shoot, I just want to thank everybody for wishing my husband 59-year-old birthday. His birthday was good. Praise God. On yesterday, I just really took the last couple of days just to deal with me. And being that my mother's birthday was yesterday, I really had to be one with myself. And yesterday, I spent a lot of time just reflecting, watching videos, and just dealing with my emotions and my highs and lows. And even today, I still was continuing grieving. That's why I'm on this time of day. I was debating would I do the Mechanism podcast today or not. Something nudging my spirit that people are dependent on you to bring them something. And people miss seeing you and hearing your voice and inspiring them. So I had to make in my mind, do I want to postpone it tonight and resume it next week? And I just feel deep down in my spirit that I needed to come on here to just let everybody know I'm okay. All right. I haven't just checked my Facebook page or anything like that. I just jumped right on live to go ahead and do the Mechanism podcast tonight. These last couple of days have been so challenging for me. Emotions are high, my highs and lows, sad, depression, and but all I know is God was with me, and my godmother has been right there by my side, and we've been talking a lot these but mostly during the whole time I've been off. And we've been in communication. She's been lifting my spirit. I've been encouraging her. She's been encouraging me. And it's good to have somebody in your corner when you're going through something. My husband there to give me support and my kids and whatnot. So it's good to know I had an outlet to go to while I was going through this. So tonight's topic is talking about the era that we live in. We're talking about relationships and we're talking about our teenagers. The topic was going to be a whole different topic. It was going to talk about relationship and children wearing hoodies. But I feel tonight that this is not that kind of This is not that kind of podcast. It's more the reality of life. And in this era, relationships are so different, ladies and gentlemen. People's perspective on relationships are totally different from when I was brought up and when you were brought up. People love so differently. People have a strange way of showing their emotions and feelings towards people. Um, Clearly, because their perspective of you is different than your perspective of them. Even in the dating scene, relationships are so different. Women are looking for husbands, men are looking for wives, and vice versa. It's it's a game out here. Most people are loving for money these days. I'm just not ready to make a commitment, and someone just not taking the severity of somebody's well-being. And what I mean is that there's a man who's looking for a woman and different characteristics, just like a woman is looking for a man and different characteristics. There's so many people out there in desperate need of friendship, but they don't know who to turn to and who to trust these days. Because majority of the people that you see have hidden agendas or they're jealous of you. And if you find a solid one, it's very rare these days because everybody's busy, busy, busy working and doing whatever they need to do. So you have to really preserve and guard your heart on who you really let in and be mindful of what you share with folks nowadays because many of them don't mean you well. And people are so guarded right now in this era because of all the things that has happened to them in life. And they don't know who to trust, who they can confide in, or who they can really grow a strong bond with that can turn a relationship with friendships or just a relationship to a man, a woman, and a woman, and a man. in any kind of relationship that you're building. It may be acquaintances, it may be work related, it may be business partners, whatever it is that you may be doing. You have to just really guard your heart, ladies and gentlemen, these days. You have to really, really be mindful of the things that you share with people because a lot of people don't mean you well. And ill will is so horrible these days. As you turn on the news and look out in the world, so many people are getting innocently hurt for being a good person. Ironically, it's sad to say that good people with good hearts get beat up so badly that they have to really have their guard up or be very defensive because of the era that we live in. The era that we live in is always co-competitive. The era that we live in is always jealous. The era we live in wants to walk in somebody else's shoes. The relationship factor. It's so much back and forth, but who's really listening? Who's really paying attention? Who's really hearing the other person's point of view? Over talking people, doing all these unnecessary things. When communication, trust, and listening is so important. You can hear something, but are you really listening? And that's the thing about it these days. You can hear a person speak about things and bring clarity in a relationship, but are you really listening to that individual about their emotions or their needs? But are you taking into consideration that they have feelings just like you do, but you just disregard that? That goes with a friendship. If you have ever been in a one-sided friendship, it is not a good thing. How I've spoken for experience on that note, and I no longer have to deal with that toxic behavior. And I'm glad that part of my life is over. For myself, in terms of toxic friendships, I've had people who have came in and out of my life over the years, and it's been a lot of inconsistency. See, their loyalty, their trust, and their belief was just questionable to me. If I have to question your loyalty and your trust in my life, that's a big red flag to me. I shouldn't have to question are you going to be there. I shouldn't have to question your loyalty. I shouldn't have to question your trust. And I had to deal with that for some years. So I had to be very mindful who I let in my life and who I let in my world because I guard myself completely and effectively. And I see certain things that you may shed out or say something that sparks a red flag, I pump the brakes real quickly to be mindful of what I share and how I handle you. And I'm telling you this because a lot of people may need help of how to end one-sided friendship. Address that man or address that woman and find out what it is. Even if you think it's a certain type of, a long-term or a casual relationship, address that. I'm telling you, when you address that, you know where both of you stand, where he stands and where you stand. Your perspective of it is completely different than his, or her perspective is different than hers. When you open up and really address these things, which I did with a friendship that I thought was still a friendship, I addressed it. I got mad, I got upset, this and that and the third. But at the same time, if you know you haven't been honest with somebody about the relationship in terms of what is going and how it's going, be truthful with that person so that they don't have to continue to waste their time or continue to thinking it's more than what it is because you're affecting not only the situation but you're hurting the other party in the process. And what I mean is you're hurting the other person because the other person have high hopes for you. And the moment you let them down or say something that completely throws them off, they start questioning things. And the thing about it is, when a person starts questioning things, they really start to look at it like, is this really a friendship or is this really a relationship? You need to be open and honest where you stand. And that's how a lot of friendships and relationships part ways because of communication. If you begin to just be open in the beginning of what the relationship is and where is it going, is it friend with benefits? Is it a casual relationship? Is it acquaintances? Are you in a long term relationship? Are y'all in a committed relationship? Are you besties? Are you acquaintances? Are you work friends? Whatever it is, address those at hand so that way both parties know where they stand and how to handle the relationship instead of leaving one person in the dark. Again, avoid one-sided friendships, ladies and gentlemen. It does you more harm than good because the more you put in a one-sided friendship, the more you feel like a complete. And that's my experience on that matter. But I've learned that I have overcame those one-sided friendships. I've learned that those relationships, those bonds, those trusts, everything were broken because it was not the same mutual feelings. So I'm 40 years old now, so I know that those friendships, those strong friendships that were supposed to be real or weren't real, I know now that they were inconsistent because I've had people, majority of my life has been in and out of my life, in and out of my life, in and out of my life for a very long time. But I've come to understanding is, and I'm just being real honest with you all, you're gonna be in my life, be in my life. If you're not gonna be in my life, leave me alone. Okay? Let me know where we stand and leave it at that. Are we acquaintances? Are we partnering for a business venture? Are we networking about business? Are we talking ministry? Are we besties? Whatever it is, let me know from the jump because I want you to understand clearly that a lot of people have been hurt by this unhealthy behavior, and that unhealthy behavior has really damaged them completely. I had to go through a lot of healing. I had to go through a lot of self reflecting. I had to question myself about those friendships. And I began to realize that I wasn't the problem. It's the fact that I allowed those things to consume me for so long that I built the resistance to tolerate it. But when I begin to really open my eyes and really open my ears and open my heart to really see what's really real, yes, it hurt, but at the same time, I was able to understand after a long period of time and really going through that process that you are worth more than what a person brings to the table. You your own true happiness. You're your own best friend. This and that and the third. And I had to put that emotions to remind myself that you are a great person. You are a wonderful friend. You did nothing wrong. It's just the fact that people didn't know how to take you or how to receive you because of their perspective of you. And I struggled with that for a very long time. But I came to terms to realize, you know what? I know who I am. I know I'm amazing. I know I'm good at understanding and being there for people. And I had to learn that. And that's the thing about it. Now, as we look at our teenagers, mental health and mental illness has been on an all time high. Our teenagers need that encouragement and that upliftment, ladies and gentlemen. And they need that upliftment and encouragement each and every day because of the society that we live in. Social media, video games, VRs, all those different technologies really messes with their minds and makes them question things. And in this era, they have things that they are really, reciprocating. And this generation has a way of very vocalizing a lot of things that they don't like or how they feel. I've seen videos on Facebook and videos on YouTube and just different type of observance that I've been doing in terms of our teenagers and how they perceive life and how they mimic us as parents and guardians and grandparents and great grandparents. That's why we have to be mindful of the things that we share and say unto them because they mimic those things and remind you that you said it. And the thing about it is, ladies and gentlemen, our teenagers need so much motivation in the time that they're living in. And the culture and the society that we're living in is so much going on that they have to worry about things. They don't know what school is going to hold each and every day. So when me and you and others were going to school, we didn't have to worry about code red, green, blue, and all those different colors. This all didn't take place until later 2000s. We went to school, elementary, no issue. Went to middle school, no issue. We didn't have to worry about somebody doing that crazy stuff when I was growing up and when you were growing up because things were so different. Now we have to worry about people coming with trespassing with firearms or making threats and all these different things. And it really triggers our teenagers' mental health. It is scary every day. That's why I encourage you all to pray over your babies before they leave the house. I always have a prayer that I can share with you all. I can give it to you right now. It's a very powerful prayer that is going to help you and guard and protect everyone that's connected to you. It's called I bring a fresh blood covenant, I draw a bloodline, I plead a hedge of protection. You know every member in your family, including yourself and those who are close and dear unto you. And when you say that prayer, It changes the atmosphere of the situation. I'm gonna post the prayer on tomorrow, so that way you can start practicing that with your family and begin to just speak that, and it changed the atmosphere. And that prayer works. It really works, ladies and gentlemen. Our teenagers need so much encouragement these days. A lot of them heading off to college, a lot of them going to the next grade, and they're dealing with so much that they don't know what to feel or what to believe. So we just have to remind ourselves as parents and guardians and those who are leadership that our teenagers need so much encouragement. They need to know that there's an outlet for them to go to. Google, Siri, Alexa is all fine and dandy, but they need somebody that's going to pour wisdom into their lives. Somebody who's going to give them knowledge and somebody to show that they care. And many teenagers don't have that opportunity, or they have been disregarded because of what has happened in their life. And the thing about it is, everybody, teenagers need that outlet. Teenagers need that structure. Teenagers need the understanding that someone out there is taking the time to listen and care about their well being. And that's so important. When you begin to just listen to teenagers and begin to allow them to share their viewpoint about things, you'll be surprised how much you can get out of what's being shared here. And the thing about it is, everyone, when you begin to really open up your heart and open up your mind and open up your spirit and open up your soul and share the experience that you have been through, I'm telling you, the outcome is so great. I was at Dollar Tree today, everybody, and there was a couple of teenagers that were in front of me, and they were buying some snacks and whatnot. And she was kidding around with her brother. They look like they're probably much the same age. Very respectful children, I should say. The daughter, the brother was respectful as well, but me and him didn't have much of an interaction. But she was dancing and playing around. She's like, "Excuse," I said, "You all right?" And then, of course, they were still waiting. They went back to get some other stuff to put on the checkout bill. Her mom called. And she was talking to her mom about something and whatnot. And then she looked over at me. She said something that really hit home. I'm not going to give details of the conversation, but all I know was she felt the need to share that moment with me about what she was feeling. Looked me in the eyes like, "Okay, I see you." And I acknowledged her. And I just went to smiling because I know that teenagers deal with so much. I know that peer pressure in society has them wanting to image their life and their lifestyle and their mindset into what the world wants them to be. A lot of them deal with identity crises. A lot of them are struggling with self esteem and confidence, and they're trying to figure out an outlet how to really build their confidence up to do so. And a lot of females and males go through this every single day. And the thing about it is, everyone, they struggle with it because there's so much that they are feeling or dealing with over time. And the thing about it is, when they begin to really address these things, and again, they really have found someone that they can confide to and they can trust, that can share their emotions or feelings about the things that they're facing, ladies and gentlemen. So I just want to encourage you tonight to remind yourself of these things that are at hand, and to remind yourself to be gentle and kind to yourself, and remind yourself that you are loved and you are appreciated. And the thing about it is, you have to be great and satisfied where you are in order for you to move forward. So the prayer I will share with you tomorrow when I come back and check my messages and everything on my Facebook page. I pray you all have a fantastic and a blessed evening, John. If you're tuning in, thank you for inboxing me these last couple of days. I've just been dealing with me. Okay, I've been dealing with me. I really been dealing with me. And I really needed this time to deal with me. Okay. And it's so important for me to deal with me because only me know me. And that's what I needed at the time. Again, I want to thank you for those who've been checking on me. I want to thank those who wish my husband a happy birthday this past Tuesday. I pray you all have a fantastic and a wonderful Thursday evening. We'll resume our Mechanism Podcast, episode 5, on Monday at 7 p.m. I pray you all have a blessed and a wonderful Thursday evening, and good night.